It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we've got Daniel Jones. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Giants and the Niners on Thursday night primetime.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, boy, what a matchup. 2 NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here's Robinson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Giants ready to go now on offense. And under center is the man in possession of a new contract for 2023 and beyond. In his 5th season now, Daniel Jones.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd and short. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. You look at this Niner defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, that is a confidence builder and a trust builder on both sides. And what I mean by that is coaching staff putting together a game plan, players executing it. Now both of them are in sync.
Now Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, this defense for the Niners, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL. That spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Throwing Jones.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard.
Off play action. Jones.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So the Niners set to take over for the first time, and it is the 23-year-old Trey Lance who has the keys to the offense in his third season now out of North Dakota State.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an
And
interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio.
He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's Lance to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Got a man. That's Ayuk. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Throw out wide is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Lance. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's hauled in by Shepard. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Here's Jones on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on the punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 3rd and 5. And Lance going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Lance again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And Lance now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Hodgins in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And this will be a Giants first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Not too much to show you scoring-wise in that first half. Just a couple of field goals make up all the scoring. But I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to a breakthrough, and things should open up as we move along.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At the 20.
To throw, it's Lance.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Lance.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd down, here's Lance.
This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
When you get into the second half of the tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Now Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2nd down and 3.
At the 13-yard line.
Back to throw. Lance.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it. but he couldn't seal the deal. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. Fourth down.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go through the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Well, you don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Pushing his way through. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
At the 19-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. Oh, he shifts past him. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards. And the Giants first down.
Throwing, Jones. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. Here's a 2nd and 5. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Jones throw, meanwhile, taken in by Waller. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Giants.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now Jones throwing on first down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
back to throw again. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Gano's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Lance.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Lance looking to throw. Oh, that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. There's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Jones.
And his throw is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Well, the faithful in full roar here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. Jones.
And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines. But then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. On second down, here's Mitchell. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Taken down by Dane Belton. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 4 quarters not enough for all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
From the gun, it's Lance. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup. First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down. Here's Mitchell. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive lineman creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Jerks.
Now a 2nd and 10.
The coverage by Bobby Okereke.
Here's Lance to throw it. Connects with Kittle underneath. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Shaping
to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Final minute of overtime. Remember, of course, no double overtime. So it's a tie if it ends like this. It's second down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man.